So E3 2013 is coming up. It's the 9th, and I'm running out of time to make these videos. So what I want to see from the other console manufacturers and certain third parties. For PlayStation, obviously we're going to see the reveal of the actual PlayStation 4 hardware console. Uh, yeah, yeah, they did. That's the one thing they kept to themselves during the reveal. It's going to be nice to see what that looks like. I really hope that The Last Guardian is a PlayStation 4 game and that it still exists and is actually going to be made. While I don't own PS3, I'm certainly not going to get a PS4. That game looked gorgeous and it looked inspired. It looked like a game it looks like a story that deserves to be told and a game that deserves to be made. And I hope that the creators get their chance to make that game. It's going to be, has brilliant potential on PlayStation 4. I hope that game does get made. And aside from that, that's really about all I have to say about PlayStation. I don't have, I don't really. What I'm not too interested in it. I mean, I think their reveal. I mean, there were some gaffes in it, but it certainly went a lot better than the Xbox One reveal. I think based on the initial presentation of the Xbox One, that if nothing else, like Sony, it seems PlayStation. I mean, PlayStation and Xbox have always been like obsessed with their media stuff, and even Nintendo's kind of dabbling into that a little bit with Nintendo TV. But PlayStation compared to Xbox right now, in terms of what they've communicated was their vision for their 8th-gen systems, it seems like PlayStation has their attention focused more on the actual games, which is really what matters the most, and not as being like sort of pretty much a set-top box that coincidentally happens to play games as one of its many multimedia features. And for Xbox One, I'm not getting Xbox One either. Uh, I just don't have time for all for multiple systems these days. My lifestyle changed, my play habits have changed. But and when obviously the reveal didn't go very well. I hope everyone who buys an Xbox One enjoys it. That the games are awesome and they have a great time with it. I'm not someone who like just goes around bashing systems, and I don't really mean to bash the system so much, but I will say that in terms of some aspects of what Microsoft's communicating with and what their intentions seem to be, it seems very anti-consumer. Uh, it, the potential for data mining and sort of spying on their customers is very high with this product. They've pretty much explicitly stated it in some aspects. I mean, PlayStation has too, but some of the stuff that the new version of Kinect is capable of, it's just really kind of creepy to me. And Nintendo has problems with consumer friendliness in terms of like, trying to make you buy a download copy of Mario Brothers for every one of your systems instead of just buying the one copy and you have a license for it for each of your systems, kind of like buying something on iTunes, for instance. There are things Nintendo can be certainly criticized about in terms of that, but a camera that could potentially read your heart rate, read your emotions as you're just sitting there playing the game or watching it, combined with the pretty much constant internet connection, and being able to potentially shut down a movie if there are more people in the room than you might have bought the license for, theoretically, as a possibility with this new camera. Uh, I hope that does not become the vision for what home consoles are in the future. The games themselves, I hope they're fun, and I hope everyone who buys an Xbox 360 has tons of fun with it in that respect. But in terms of some of the stuff that Microsoft wants to do, like as far as controlling so much and possibly spying on their customers so much, I'm really not behind that. I hope that does not indicate the future of what a game system is going to be. Um, Third parties. EA really. There's nothing really I care about coming out from them. And not just because they're not putting out stuff for Wii U, because I don't even have a Wii U yet, so I don't even really have a dog in that fight, so to speak, yet. And even if I had a Wii U, I don't really play any of EA's games, so you know, sad day for Nintendo that they're not making games for them, but whatever. Ubisoft. I'd like to, Rayman Origins is going to be a multi-plat. Uh, the one thing I want to see, I'd love to see Beyond Good and Evil 2. I hope I think it still exists. It's kind of become sort of like a Mother 3 kind of, in limbo-ish kind of state for the last several years. I've been waiting for them to show Beyond Good and Evil 2 for, 3 or 4 E3s, possibly 5 E3s now. They haven't yet. Supposedly it still exists. I heard a rumor that it was going to be for Wii U, but then they canceled it because Wii U wasn't selling well enough, but I haven't heard anything about that rumor since. I hope Beyond Good and Evil 2 exists. I hope it's available at least for Wii U, if not for the other systems as well, but I'd like it to be for Wii U because that's the home console I plan on buying this generation. And that's it. Not most of what I'm interested in E3 is coming from Nintendo and concerns Nintendo. I want to see hopefully Beyond Good and Evil 2 still exists. I'd like to see, Watch Dogs looks interesting. I'd like to see, what's going on with Final Fantasy because they got themselves in a mess with Final Fantasy 13, and that's about it. Not not a big list of demands this E3. And that's it for me, and thanks for watching.